Hello, viewer. My name is Jude Atopoulas, the editor-in-chief of Fides newspaper. So once more, you're welcome to your popular Fides and Family program on Fides Television, where we usually discuss critical matters that affect you and us. And today we have some aggrieved people from old INEC Road, Awka, who have been thrown into darkness due to the vandalization of their their transformer,
Yes.
by unknown people. And we want to let them air their grievance and try to ensure that the concerned authorities become aware of their predicament. On my immediate right is the spokesman of the group, Mr. Somto Chukwura.
Yes.
You're welcome to the program.
Thank you very much.
And on his immediate right is Mr. Kelvin Kenechukwu.
Thank you very much.
So you're also welcome to the program.
Thank you.
A few days ago, you stormed the Fides media premises with fellow residents of your area to protest a 2-week blackout, where the people started with giving you electric power. And you made some complaints. You told us the efforts you made to get the issue rectified, how you went to the officials and laid your complaint, and what followed thereafter. So now, can you regale us once more with what happened and the efforts you've made so far? Mr. Chukura.
Okay, I am Chukura Somto, the leader of the old INEC Road that was affected by the vandalized transformer. That is the Decry land transformer. Last 2 weeks, after the rain or the storm that came about last 2 weeks ago, on that day we noticed that we've been in a total blackout, and we visited the EEDC office, DISCO, through one of our member that resides in the area. So when he went there, he complained that our transformer is being vandalized, and that led to the total blackout. They told him that they don't have the materials required. So as a result of that, they said the residents who live or reside in that area will take up the responsibility of solving the problem. They gave him a quota, which in the quota it was stated that the vandalized transformer, the item that was stolen from it was an armored cable, and of which is going to cost, from the rough estimate the EEDC gave to him, that is going to cost us about 380,000 to 400,000 naira. He came back to us. He told us the discussion between him and the EEDC officials. Ever since then, we've been in a total blackout, and it's affecting us deeply. We, the residents, or we that reside in the area of the old INEC Road that makes use of the Greenland transformer, it's not just about the people that live within this location. there are people and businesses going on in this same location that makes use of the same transformer. And their businesses are crumbling. We've been in a total blackout.
Okay. Mr. Kenechukwu, I'm aware that this is government property, and the consumers are not supposed to bear the cost when things go bad. So are you aware of this, and did you make them know about the responsibility in this regard?
Okay, my name is Kelvin Kelechukwu Brown. Based on this effect, we went to tell the EEDC that this is a government property and there is no how residents that are occupying this area or living within the area should be the one to bear the cost. And they're like, if we have to wait on the EEDC to fix this transformer or this vandalized product that were stolen, that we wait about 3 or 4 months roughly for them to fix it. Not that they haven't made complaints of it, they have, but we, the residents, need this light to be fixed because our business are going down. Everybody is complaining. We are in total blackout. We can't even do anything because there is no light. So we really had to tell them all these things for them to come up and do this thing because it's a government property. We don't need to fix it ourselves. We don't even need to pay anything because it's the government. We are paying our tax. We are paying, recharging our lights, paying our bills as well. So we don't need to be the one to fix this thing.
So, Mr. Shugura, you've made your complaints and they have given you the response.
Yes, of course.
And what have you decided to do now? Are you going to raise money or are you going to wait for 4 months?
As a result to this is actually the reason why we are here. We are calling on the government of Anambra State and the authorities in charge of this body, the EEDC, to come to our rescue. The 400,000 naira is quite a huge amount of money for us, the residents of this location. As the things are right now in this country, everybody is quite trying to survive. We cannot dip our hands in our pocket to source out a huge amount of money, as much as 400,000 naira, to fix a government property.
So, Mr. Kenechukwu, is that going to mean that you people are going to wait for 4 months if the government doesn't wade into the matter?
We'll check on this issue and say that we can't really wait on the government. We can't just keep staying in blackout. And that's why we are here airing our view, for them to hear us, for the government to hear us, for the bodies, the EDC in charge, to know that this blackout is really paying, is really making us lose a lot of things. Our businesses are crumbling. So we wouldn't just sit down and wait. That's why we are calling upon them. That's why we are coming out, that they should do something about this blackout.
Now that they have told you that that it's either you wait or you raise money, are you going to, what's your next line of action? Since there seems to be an impasse now.
Okay. Our next line of action is to actually find a way to raise this money. 1. Then call on them to come and fix this thing and give us a concrete security measure of how this vandalized equipment wouldn't be taken out again. Because we can't just assume that, okay, fine, we want to contribute this money. And after doing so, the next 2 years we will hear that it has happened again. It's not up to 2 years that we had that the issue was vandalized, we contributed money, and 2 years again. It's not even up to 2 years again. We actually face the same issue. So if we have to contribute this money and fix this thing, pending when the issue will be restored, because if we have to do it now, that means we actually have light. So they have to give us a measure, a concrete security evidence that once you fix this thing, once you do this thing, this transformer would not be vandalized again.
Okay, Mr. Chukwura, do you suspect foul play? Because there is this talk that officials of EDC are the ones who embark on this vandalization, because somebody who is a novice cannot actually do that business, steal the cables, because it needs an expert.
Yes.
So do you suspect that somehow the officials of EDC were involved in this matter?
Yes. If I am to say, I am suspecting this foul play, because it has happened before. We raised money amongst ourselves as well-meaning citizens of Nigeria, and most of us indigenes of Anambra State. We contributed for us to have progress in our businesses and for us to enjoy the basic amenities. We contributed, we raised the money, we got it fixed. And roughly 1 year and some months, we are having another case of vandalization. We went there this morning. From the look of things, it requires expertise for this to happen. So, I am suspecting a foul play by the EEDC, because a novice can't just break into the transformer knowing fully well the effect and the consequences that await him or her. Because one is that the novice may not know when there is power in the transformer, and for this operation to take place, that transformer wouldn't have power supply. So that is why I'm suspecting a foul play on this case.
So does it mean that after the first theft, that there were no security measures to guard the place? Because I would have expected that there should have been a kind of barricade, something that would be well locked up, so that somebody from outside cannot access it except those from the EEDC and those in charge of it in your area. So was there no security measure?
There was. We tried as much as possible. Initially, this transformer was secured using blocks, that it covered it. If someone should go inside there, people outside, because it's by the roadside, won't know whatever that is going on there, because the whole place is being covered with blocks. So we now decided, the residents decided, okay, they were going to use iron bars, which we contributed money for it as well. To now use iron, we broke down the walls that were used to safeguard the transformer. We now used iron bars to make that place so transparent and visible, be it in the midnight or during the daytime, that people, passerbys, are going to see whatever thing that is going on there. That was the first security measure that we took, according to in respect to this. We actually took a security measures by using the iron bars, calling a welder to fix it up for us. We had a gate. We constructed a small gate, and so far so good. I would say, to our own understanding, that was the best security measure we should take.
And yet it happened
again.
So have you told the NEPA people your suspicions? As per some of the officials who are corrupt being behind that, Mr. Akenechukwu?
Well, since we didn't lay our hands or eyes on anybody, we feel they should be in a better position to explain to us what is really happening in the system. Because we can't just, someone who is not learned or who doesn't know about that transformer or about electricity wouldn't go, because you wouldn't know when there is power supply supplying light there or when there is no power supply. So we've told them that these security measures we took for this transformer to be safeguarded, still yet this happened, which they didn't give us any response to it. But they were like, it has happened.
Well, that's too bad. That's too bad. So you are now planning to contribute money and see that it's fixed.
Yes, actually, that's what we are looking forward to.
Okay, and are there going to be any further security measures to ensure that it doesn't happen again?
In respect to that, within the residents have also come up with an idea to cast this the armored cable eventually if it gets fixed, to cast it with concrete that is going to be very difficult for the vandalizers to carry out such operation successfully, because we are actually looking for a long-lasting solution to this problem. We're getting tired of it already.
So can you give us the entire areas covered by this, affected by this blackout?
Okay. Old Inek Road, Abakaliki Street, the business area, from Regina coming down to B-Lot Junction. Yes. And then Old Inek Road.
And they're very busy areas.
Very busy areas for businesses and...
All right, viewer, you have heard from them. It can be a terrible experience to be without power, electric power, especially when you are doing business and even when you are trying to relax after a hard day's work. They have done their bit. They have met the authorities and they are now waiting for the next step. And it's really unfortunate that, sometimes some corrupt officials of the power people are involved in the actual act of vandalism for material gain. These are things that we expect those concerned and every other person in the government to look into and ensure that these people do not spoil the fun of others. Yeah, so before we wrap it up, we are also appealing to those who are interested to come up with their own comments and air their views, express their views on this issue so that the appropriate authorities will know that it is not just these men here that are affected. So if you know that you're affected and you're not happy with what is happening, we're looking forward to your comments. So my name once again is Jude Atopola, Editor-in-Chief of Fides newspaper. And this gentleman here,
Chupura Sumtoch.
And
Kelvin Kelechukwu Brown.
Okay, so thanks for watching.